What are you doing?
Has something to do with crap. We can't move. And so, the worst part about throwing chains when you're stuck is you can't put them on properly. Because the proper way to do it is when things aren't froze up and when you can get the center done up. But you can't get them now. So you'll hook the inside, hook the outside, pull ahead just a tiny bit, and then redo them again. This is going to be fun. Really fun. Okay, so like I told you on the way in here, how when it's warm, the snow gets powdery, and that's what we've done to ourselves. So we're spun out. All I did was put the chains on. I did the outside and the outside, but the center rails aren't hooked up, right? So I'm going to fire up the truck, and I'm going to try to back up. And if I'm moving and not ripping and digging, then you want to get the hooks up somewhere where things are half not cockeyed, so that you can open the outsides to the center end, to the center up properly, and then redo it again. So I'll fire up the truck, and then because I've got my locks in, it's all posi traction for both axles and a diff lock between. So if we move, everything should move, and then fix the chains. If not, there's all kinds of other options, like unloading the truck and pulling the thing back up on top so that I've got weight. I don't want to do that. Okay, you see what kind of mess you got going on? Come over here, look at this. Right?
Yeah.
It's broken this link, because that's supposed to be a link, and it's broken that link. These are supposed to be hooked up, right? So now you got a bunch of tension and crap in there, and now you need to undo these, try to figure out if you can get those hooked up, and then hook it back up, do the same over there, and then try to move again. And then wish you had a freaking shovel, or that you had way more weight in the drives and less over there, but it's just powdery, ugly snow. So, you're lucky we're only a mile from home and it's Christmas Eve and we're supposed to be home in 15 minutes, eh?
Yeah.
Your mother's gonna be thrilled if we don't get out of here quick. Not that I'm not thrilled. Yeah, that's not good to have a half broken link like that. That's really bad. I think I'm going to dig through my tire chain parts and see if I've got a quick link. Because if that breaks, then we're still back to square one again. Crack. And because we didn't move, that's not good karma either, right? We should have hopefully moved on that last one, and we didn't. From over there behind the bumper, probably. That's how you're not supposed to be doing it. Is you're supposed to put your chains on before you're stuck, or don't get stuck. That's better yet. And now that we're in this stupid mess, I've done this lots of times in the dark. That sucks. Or if it's full of mud, that also sucks. Other side. And generally you have a real mess here too, where it's tight as a fiddle string, because you got stuff chewed up and twisted where they don't belong. Then do the inside. If we had a shovel, you maybe have you're digging against this crap here, right?
Yeah.
But there's also no frost, so that's not good. So once they're done up, then you can at least chew a little bit, right? But if they're not done up in the center, you just, things come loose and it just turns into a big ball of mess, jammed in between the duals and all kinds of crap. Okay, now we're happy, but I parked so that the boomers were visible, because after moving around like that, because now they're not all balled up, you've got tons and tons of slack because they were all twisted underneath. So then I'm going to do up the inside tight again and then the outside tight again. So you might be able to see from over there. Okay, so that was, at least it's fun in the dark. I think I'll pull a couple more links from the center. So now the center is tighter, because if the center rail isn't tight, it can be like a balloon, and in this situation it won't, but it can walk the whole thing right off. So you need to make sure that those are tight. There's all kinds of things you do or don't do if it's dark, or if it's sloppy, and how pricky you are, or how far you're gonna go. My cousin Tyler, his hands never get cold. You fiddle around like this, and he'll never, his hands won't get cold. Me, on the other hand,
Slightly poor circulation.
something. They're not cold now, but okay. Other side. That tail chain can flap around and tear stuff off. So if you're using them for a long time, you slide them on there, then they're captured, right, and they can't get away. And that tail chain business, if you have anything with fenders, it's way, way, way more important, because they can trash everything to bits, right? Okay, now look over here. See this?
Mm-hmm.
And this?
Yeah. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So these are cams to tighten up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that ugly, I'll just take another couple links, because now I think we're good now. But we moved.
Yeah.
What's that, Winnie the Pooh? He budged, he budged, he budged.
Yeah.
So now we'll throw the last 5 sticks on, go home because we're supposed to be home already and probably should have a shower before the guests get here.
Yeah.
So then if you go from the front of the truck, the sun's not in our eyeballs now. See how we keep the truck spotless, there's no dust. Before I start, I always make sure the hood is swept off so that it doesn't obstruct visibility.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that always.
Yeah.